dynamic and enduro. Today we will be riding only in enduro mode. And as the name suggests, rain road are for that kind of terrain and that kind of weather. These four motorcycles come with front 19 and rear 17 setup so that you can go over obstacles smoothly. This is the only motorcycle, the 850, which comes with a front 21 spokes tubeless, okay, and the rear 17. These two motorcycles have the same engine as the 850cc engine. However, the name of this is 750. Okay, very disguising. People think that it's an easy motorcycle to ride, and then they drop it. You know, everyone feels for a power company, it's okay, we'll manage, and then suddenly it's the same motorcycle, it's the same 850 engine. Okay, just give me a look. Okay, so these two motorcycles are the marquee motorcycles for the GS family. As the name suggests, the GS means the Geländestraße in German. Gelände means off-road, Straße means street. So it's a street and off-road oriented motorcycle. So this comes with the BMW Boxer engine, which is the patented Boxer engine, which has gone through 40 years of research and development, over 40 years. Comes with a front cantilever suspension. The rear cantilever suspension has all the creature comforts that you will get. The seat height is adjustable, the suspension height, preload, everything is adjustable. The visor can be adjustable, etc. These four motorcycles, the seat height, the suspension height based on the preload can be adjusted. So we have set it up at low. So today on these motorcycles, what we are going to do is that we'll go out, we'll talk about why do we do whatever we do and how do we do that. Okay, so we'll go out in the tent outside, we'll do that. Then we'll go take the spin few rounds of the track. We will then engage in enduro steering exercise, for which I will give you a demonstration. Once I have given that demonstration, you guys perform that and stop, so that once again we take few rounds so that you know how the motorcycle feels when you have the right body position and line of vision. Okay? Whatever we are going to do is under controlled environment, and please respect the riders in front of you as well as the back. So please do not overtake anyone. Okay? What we have done on the motorcycle is that we have reduced the tire pressure on the motorcycle to 20 psi front and back both. Okay? We have removed the rear rubber mounts from the foot peg. We have upped the handlebar, as in not with the spacer, but just pivoted the handlebar up. Okay, we have removed the rear mirrors. We have brought the front windshield visor down so that it doesn't hit you on the chest in case you front and back. Okay, and the suspension setting has been set to the lowest minimum, and the seat height, especially on these two, have been also set to the lowest. Okay, these motorcycles will be run on enduro mode. Okay, and we'll go out and we'll talk about why do we stand and ride, how do we stand and ride, and how do we steer the motorcycle. Okay, please remember, whatever we are doing, we are working only on three things. One is line of vision, your body position, and your controls. So when I am saying 2 fingers on the brake and 2 fingers on the clutch, that means you should remember that not just here, but whenever you're going out of the system. Okay? Good. So once we have done the final rounds outside, we will come back here at one end of this arch. We'll place one motorcycle and we'll take a big picture together. Okay? You guys then place your motorcycles back and show your band and collect your goodie bags. That's cool? Perfect. Let's go out. So why do we stand and ride is, first of all, because if you are riding on dirt, gravel, and you are steering the motorcycle, how will you steer the motorcycle? Either through handlebar. Yeah, that is really the wrong way to steer on off-road. You steer with the body weight. See how much effort I have to put just to move my motorcycle this much. But if I'm standing and riding, okay, see how easy it is. Just put small impulses on the foot peg, the motorcycle is moving. Right? What it is doing is that my head is still stable. That means I'll not get exhausted faster, I'll ride longer. Okay, so if you have planned for 6 hours, probably you'll ride for more, or whatever time that you have planned. Okay, The next important thing when you stand and ride is that you can use your periphery vision. Okay, when you stand and ride, if you're looking ahead, you can still feel that this person over here is wearing a red t-shirt, that person is taking a video. So you know, foot on the foot peg, not the balls, not the balls, not the heel. Okay, this is the arch of the foot peg, because then you can access the levers. You can also use now the full portion of your leg, because now you know where the motorcycle is. Okay, and remember, do not remove your legs from your foot peg until unless you have fallen or about to fall. Okay, so that's the thing. Then you move up. We go bottoms up. Okay, then you move up to the knees. Bend your knees slightly. It might look exaggerated on my leg because there is protection over here and which is covering my leg. It's just slightly bent. Okay. Then you move up to the hip. Slightly bend the hip as well. Okay. So that means now I am in full control of this area. I'll grip the motorcycle with the tank. Okay. I'll grip the motorcycle with the tank, with my knees on the tank, and then I have full control over here. If you want me to go back, I'll go back. If you want me to move forward, I'll move forward. Always in contact with the motorcycle. Okay? Without putting any undulations on the handlebar. Okay? What next is my shoulder. My shoulder is relaxed because I'm not tensed. My elbows are relaxed, so I'll keep it out and wide.
Excuse me.
Okay? And then I'll put two fingers, the first two fingers on the brake lever and the first two fingers on the clutch lever. Why do we put two fingers on brake lever and clutch lever? Yes, always have control. Yeah, more control over the handlebar. Okay, and lastly, on the 1250s. The 1250 comes with part integral braking system. Okay, what does that mean? If you apply the front brake, it will also engage the rear brake, irrespective of ABS.
Okay.
Okay, but if you apply only the rear brake, it will also engage. It will only engage the rear brake. Okay, so that means if you are riding at slower speeds, that means you are using the rear more with just the finger usage, because at slower speed you need to balance with the rear brake, not the front. Okay, the front carries the stopping power. Okay, so that's there. And lastly, why we cover the front brake lever is use the front two fingers, the first two fingers, as a gauge to understand how much throttle input you are giving. If I don't have fingers over here on the brake lever, I'll have a very choppy throttle movement. If I move back, I will give more throttle. If I move forward, there will be less throttle. Okay, so I always cover the brake lever with two fingers. Okay, so if I want you to ask to ride at one constant speed, how will you control it? You will not be able to control it with the wrist. You will control it with the fingers. Okay, not applying the brake, but just covering the brake and managing how much throttle is getting in and out. We cover clutch with two fingers. Why?
For easy
Easy
change of gears.
Exactly, right? It's my insurance. It's my insurance. If I have gone back and the motorcycle is moving fast, I'll use my clutch
To slow it
stop the
down.
throttle.
Yeah.
Okay, and if this motorcycle is on first gear, sir, can I have some silence, please? Okay, so if I move the motorcycle slightly forward and back, okay, then I can use this as an insurance. But if this motorcycle is on first gear without any throttle input, this will ride at around 11 to 13 km/h. And if I say that you have to ride slower, use your clutch. So I can now create another gear, which is half. And then I can use another gear, which is 1.5. And so on. Okay? So that's why you cover the clutch. So, any questions regarding standing and riding? No questions? Okay. So now we'll talk about steering. Because अब सीधे सीधे चलते नहीं जाओगे, मुड़ना भी पड़ेगा. How do you steer the motorcycle? So you have seen this. These are the cones which I have placed. So one cone is placed over here. The other cone is placed 6 steps ahead. Okay. So where would you be looking at the cone? The first one, the second one, the next cone. Okay. Please remember that when you are there. Everyone forgets over there. Everyone just start with it. Am I able to get better into this? Okay. And then how you steer?
With your legs.
With the legs. See how much pressure I can generate by just giving impulses. Okay? So I have to turn left. What will I do? So I'm in natural riding position. I'll move my push this left foot peg. Automatically what will happen? The handlebar will move inside. As soon as the handlebar would move inside, what will I
आप
do
लोग
next?
इस स्लॉट में हो, नेक्स्ट स्लॉट में आ जाओ. 10:30 का.
But
आपके
I
पास
will
बूट्स
lock
हैं?
my left knee.
देना ना मेरे को.
Generally what happens, we are used to city riding, road riding. What we do?
9, 8, 9.
We open up.
कौन सा?
No.
7.
We lock our left knee over here.
आपके पास कौन सा
Okay?
है?
And then we
नहीं
slide
नहीं
the
नहीं,
right knee
ये बूट्स का
forward.
साइज क्या है?
Slide the right knee forward. Slide. Remember to be in contact. Some people also do this, which is more like trials riding. ठीक है? इसे लोग शहंशाह कहते हैं. Okay? I have a bad sense of humor. Okay. So don't open your legs. Something will bite you. That's you only. Okay? So keep on sliding. Because if you slide, now you have not put any undue pressure on the handlebar. I'm still in control of the motorcycle. I can still move my hands and let the motorcycle go anywhere it wants to. But the motorcycle now wants to tip inside. It wants to dive. What will I do now? I'll move my body. See, the weight has shifted. It's called counterbalance. Okay? But when I have moved this right knee forward, see the shoulder, my shoulder is now parallel to my handlebar. Okay? And I can keep looking ahead without any stress on my shoulders, on my arms, still I can ride long. Use the biggest muscle group in your body. Okay? I have to turn right, what will I do? See this? Let's put impulse over here. Not that impulse. Impulse को लाके इस पे खड़ा कर दिया. Okay? And then the handlebar would move. Lock your leg over here and slide your knee forward. Okay? Where would you look? At the next cone.
Next cone.
And then the next cone. And then the next cone. Let's do some practice. Why don't you guys stand up? In contact with the butt, with the seat, and you have to lift up and back. Okay? So find this lock, these are 2 points. What will I do? Keep my chest out, chin up, and back straight. 1, 2, 3, lift. Now, 1, 2, 3. I was on stand. I'll pull it back.
Yeah.
Okay? Lastly, there's another way to lift the 1250 from the handle. I use this as a lever. Whenever you drop the motorcycle, switch it off from here, switch it off from here, both, because the circuit would be running. What will you do now? Come into sumo squat position. Place your leg over here. Okay? Place your arm inside, this arm under this. I am a right-handed person. I'll place this arm over here. And then 1, 2, 3. Using it as a lever. Okay? Okay. So with this, let's hop on the motorcycle. Please get on with your riding gear and hop on the motorcycle. We'll do 2-3 rounds over here. I will lead you guys. Do not overtake anyone. And for sure, do not overtake the trainer.